Hello, and welcome back for another episode of Financial Freedom by 40. In today's episode, we are talking blog monetization. So, as some of you will know from our social media posts, one of the things we are working on this year is monetizing our blog. So, taking it from more of a hobby and turning it into an actual business. So, I thought some of you might like to follow along the journey with us and see where that's going to take us. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk a bit about what our plans are for the blog and where that's going to go, and some ideas that we have for monetization. And then each Monday, I will do another blog post sharing what we're up to, what's working, what the statistics look like. And of course, I'll do another video on here as well, just sharing what we are doing and what's working and what's not working. So, to give you a bit of a background, we started our blog back in 2019. And our blog has been about our property investment journey and just some other financial things along the way. In the last 12 months or so, we've been sharing about our journey around Australia. So we took 12 months off and traveled around Australia in a caravan. That was something that we were able to do from as a result of the activities that we've been doing for the last 12 or so years in the property investment space. So we started the blog in 2019. We were busy working on one of our rental properties one day, and we just had this idea like, this is really cool what we're doing. But not many people know about it, or at least not many people realize the opportunities that there are in property investment to create a really cool lifestyle for yourselves over the longer term. So we've been working on our property investment portfolio for about 6 years. We first started investing when our eldest child was just a baby, and we were starting to see the effects of that longer term investing. So starting to see the capital growth building, the rents going up, starting to generate a little bit of income from our property investment portfolio. And we sort of had this idea like we really wanted to share this with other people. We'd always been really private about our property investment journey. But then once we started to see that some of the positive impacts that it was having on us, we thought, we really should share what we're doing with other people. We had friends and family asking us questions when they heard that we were investors, but we were really private about it. We didn't really want to share it. So it sort of came probably as a bit of a surprise to some people that we started sharing a lot of information about it online. And we're continuing to do so now because we kind of feel like it's just such a neat opportunity for people to be able to go from like we were in the start when we first bought our first home, we started from nothing, build up the deposit, and then gradually have gone on to build a property portfolio, which is eventually going to retire us early with a really nice income. So a really positive experience, and yeah, just something that we wanted to be able to share with others. So started blogging, but it's been very sporadic for us. So we haven't really treated it like a business. We've posted sort of as and when we felt like it, and it's been very slow going. So we've grown a bit of a audience on social media, particularly on Instagram, but yeah, we've been a bit sporadic with our posting and with our blog posting as well. So we wanted to try and see if we can turn this into an actual business. So we've just recently come back from our lap of Australia, and I am still in the process of looking for a job. So I have a little bit of time on my hands, and I'd really love it if I can actually turn this blog into a bit of a job. So that would be really awesome. So exploring the options for that now. And yeah, as I said, sharing the journey with everybody as we go. So I've been investigating options to turn the blog into a business. I've been really reading a book about that by a lady called Abby Moore, who's a successful blogger, and she managed to turn her blog that she set up when her daughter was a baby into a successful business. And so that's been really insightful reading that book. It's called Blogs Change Lives, and it kind of has given me some insight into the kind of effort that you need to put in to be able to build a successful blog business. So she said in her book that she currently posts blogs 3 to 5 times a week. She's obviously also got social media. I haven't actually followed her on social media yet, so I'll have to check her out. But so a lot of work goes into that. And she said when she was building her blog on the initial stages, sometimes she was posting 2 to 4 times a day. So obviously I haven't been putting in anywhere near enough work in that regard. At most, I've been posting on and off maybe once a week for periods of time, and then it might be months before I do another post. So that's not going to help me build a blog. So I've decided that I need to be much more consistent. So working on being really consistent, that for me is going to look like posting several times a week. At this stage, I'd like to aim to do the 5 posts per day. Or sorry, 5 posts not per day, per week. I don't think 5 posts a day I'll ever be able to get out. But yeah, 5 posts a week on a range of different topics. And I'm trying to be consistent with my topics and my posting day. So I've decided Mondays will be blog monetization day. That's when I'm going to release a video on the blogs. I probably won't release a video from every single blog, but I would like to release a few videos each week, summing up the things that I think will be helpful to our audience. Then people have been asking us about personal finances and what we'd like to share on that. So I think I'll share some blog posts on that on a Tuesday. Wednesdays, we've still got some content about our Australian lap that people would like to know about, like our budget, how the budget all worked out, you know, a range of different topics on our Aussie Big Lab that we can still share. So I will keep doing some posts about that. And then the property side of things, I think Thursdays and Fridays I'm going to devote to property. So reflecting back on some things we've learned over the past on a Thursday that we can share to kind of help people who are earlier on in their journey. And then I'd like to share maybe on a Friday what we are working on at the moment, or vice versa. So sharing those property things on a Thursday and Friday, just to try and help out those who followed along our journey because they're interested in property. And so, what am I going to do to try and help grow the blog? So, social media, I think, is a big element in that. So, we've had a lot of engagement on Instagram, not so much on Facebook. I haven't spent as much time on Facebook. But working on posting regularly, so sharing all of the content onto our social media as well, so that it gets a wider reach to get more people to the blog. So that's hopefully going to help get more people on the blog page and growing the engagement with the blog page. I do also want to work on getting out a newsletter. I know like newsletters are a thing you really must do, and I've been really bad at it. We do have an opt-in on our website, but I haven't even logged in for ages to see if we've got any subscribers to that. So I need to do that and then try and get a regular weekly newsletter out, just sharing what the blog posts are for the week, any other news or information that would be helpful as well. And then, of course, sharing these videos. So going to try and do that once a week, probably on a Friday, as a bit of a sum up of the content for the week. YouTube. So, as some of you will know, we've been doing YouTube for a while. So, we did start this YouTube channel, I think it was about 2 years ago, not too long before we started our travels. We did share some property related videos on earlier on in the journey but we didn't really do that consistently. Once again, we did for a while. I also did the six-figure side hustle challenge. I'll put the link in the show notes for that, but that was sort of a challenge I set myself when it became clear to me that my job security was a bit low on my previous job, and I was hoping to maybe generate some side hustle income to replace my income when and if I lost my job. Didn't have an awful lot of luck with the side hustle challenge. I took on too much at that time, tried to do too many different side hustles at once, so kind of crashed and burned on most of them. But you can follow that along on some of the videos are still on the YouTube, and there's a blog post about that as well if you're interested in that. And some of the side hustles that I did from that, I'm going to be incorporating into the blog element as well, but just as kind of part of the blog. So YouTube, we have been building a YouTube channel around our this page, so Financial Freedom by 40. But for the last 12 months, we have posted pretty consistently. I've posted most weeks for the last 12 months, sharing travel related content from our trip around Australia. And we did do a video as well on sharing what our budget was looking like for the lap around Australia. And I know there was a lot of interest in that, and there's still a lot of interest in how it came out in the final budget. So we will do a video on that shortly. So the blog moving, or the YouTube from now, will be more related to the blog. So I will try and record, like I am now, videos related to some of the blog posts, just sharing the blogs like this in a vlog sort of format for those who prefer to watch a video rather than reading the content on the website. But the website will have the links and everything in it for you too, if there's things to go off to. So you can always hop over to the blog. I'll try and include as much information as I can in the YouTube show notes as well. So to give you a bit more information on the YouTube, so it has been growing steadily over the last 12 months while we've been posting regularly. So we can see this whole thing of posting regularly, whether it be on social media or blog posts or YouTube in this case. You do grow over time. YouTube's quite good with what it shows with its metrics and its dashboard of your growth over time. So over the course of the 12 months we were traveling around Australia, we did grow from a very small audience. I think we had about 30 people maybe at the start that were carried over from those first initial property videos that we did, and we've built it up to about 250 now. So hoping that will continue to grow. There might be a little bit of fluctuation there. Because some people probably follow for travel content, and once it switches to be more property and financial content, we might lose some audience. But want to grow that because YouTube is another way that you can monetize a blog or a video vlog. because they do pay you for ad views during your video play. So you only can make money on that though once you get to 1,000 subscribers and once you get to 4,000 watch hours per year in the last 365 days. So far we're nowhere near that. We've got 250 subscribers and I think about 1,400 watch hours at the moment. So to be able to make money out of it, we'd have to build that up quite a bit. So the monetization via YouTube is still a way off. But interested to see sort of how that grows as we get more regular and link that back to our vlog. We'll kind of link everything together between social media posts, the blog page, and YouTube and see how that grows. As far as I understand from people I've learned from and other people who I know who've got YouTube channels, it does take quite a long time to build that up. I know Mr. Beast, one of the really famous YouTubers that my kids love. It took him, like a multi-millionaire, makes millions of dollars every year from YouTube. But it took him, I think, 10,000 videos, I read in a book, to get to his million subscribers that that enables him to make a fortune out of it. So the money you earn from YouTube is very small, but you have to have a lot of traffic, a lot of viewers, to get those ad watches and be able to make some money. So we'll see how that goes. Kind of excited to see that continues to grow as it has in over the last 12 months, but it might be a while before that actually makes any money. And then other options that I've looked into. So affiliate income is a popular one. So that's where you have links within your blog post. So that might be, say, if you find something you like a tool you like at Bunnings. I mean, I don't know if Bunnings does this, but there's lots of places that do. And you could say, well, here's a link to buy this drill from Bunnings. We love it. If you click this link, we get a commission. And so there's lots of things like that. It could be referring you to a particular software. It could be referring you to a course or a digital product or something like that. And so the person who is selling that product will give you a link that is specific to you. Then when you put it in your blog post, people click on it, it goes through to their website. You purchase through their website, but it records the where the clicks came from. So they know then that it came from you and you get a certain percentage of commission if the sale goes through. So that's a popular way of making money off blogs and one that I've kind of explored a little, but I did sign up for a couple of affiliate programs back when I was doing the 6-figure side hustle challenge, but never really implemented it properly. So keen to do some more work on that and find out some other places where we can potentially do that. Of course, we'll always let you know if it's an affiliate link. We'll post it in the relevant blog post, and we wouldn't endorse something that we didn't actually use ourselves. So it's not like we're going to be posting all these random links for things just for the sake of making money. For us, it really has to be authentic. So it has to be something that we like, that we use, and that we would be comfortable, sharing with our wider audience. Otherwise, we just wouldn't do that. Other options as well, sponsored posts. So we have done one of those in the past. Sponsored posts is where a company will pay you either to write a blog post or a social media post. We were approached by someone through social media who said, would you be interested in writing a post for us? So yeah, they gave us access to their product. They paid us a fee to do that. We used their financial product and then were able to comment on what we thought of it and did a social media post. They approved the social media post. We posted it. We were paid to do it. We've only done that once. That was just because it came to us through an approach. I haven't been proactive about reaching out to companies or anything to try and do some more of those. I know some people are. And I think there might be some websites that you can look into where you can actually either put yourself on there for people to come and approach you about doing social media posts or blog posts about their business. It's often things like reviews, like product reviews. It might be like an Airbnb review or a review of a hotel. I know a lot of I've seen a lot of like food bloggers doing ones for Woolworths where they're sort of saying, oh, these are the recipes that I made with products I bought from Woolworths, those kind of things. So quite a few of those are around, and I'm kind of keen to investigate that a little bit more. And then digital products. So these are things like PDF downloads or spreadsheets, those kind of things. We do have quite a few of these things that we use ourselves for our property business. And keeping track of our finances. We had a spreadsheet Ryan made for our lap as well. So figuring out like how we can turn those into a digital product that we could put on our website that people could buy if they wanted to use the things that we've been using. We've got one on there at the moment. Haven't really done anything much to promote that. There is one that is our pre-purchase checklist for buying a property. That's just something that we use ourselves. Turn that into a PDF and put that on our website. So we've only sold one of those. Like I say, I haven't really done anything to advertise or promote it. It's just popped up on our website. So there's that, and keen to make more of those kind of things. Have like a little digital store where people can buy things, relatively cheap products for a few dollars that might help other people by using things that we use that work for us. And then what else? I mentioned YouTube, our book. So some of you might know I've been writing a book about our property investment journey for a long time. It is obviously writing a book is a pretty big undertaking, and it's something that I've been doing around everything else. So I have sort of spurts of writing where I write a bit of it. Did a fair bit of writing when we were in Australia, but it's still not finished. So I like to finish that and turn it into a digital book, an ebook of some sort that you can download and read. Also would like to turn it into a Amazon book. So I've got another book that I wrote that is on Amazon, and it's a print on demand book. So I mean, I quite like physical print books myself. So I thought I might turn that book once I've got it finished into a digital version that you can buy through our website, but also a option on Amazon to buy as a hard copy version. And again, it's going to take me a while to finish that. So it's kind of a long-term project, but hoping that maybe once that is done, that can generate a bit of an income for our blog as well. I mean, I know lots of bloggers or influencers who have taken their knowledge and turned it into a book. I've bought lots of those sorts of books myself from people online. So I'm keen to explore that option further. But if you have any other suggestions, do feel free to let us know. Still very much a learning process for us. And if I do find other things that work, or that I'm going to try, I'll just share them on the blog as well and on here on any update videos as well. One thing we're not doing at the moment, I follow Denise Duffield Thomas. I quite like her on the financial side of things. She's really positive. She talks a lot about selling hours for dollars in the start. When you want to try and monetize your blog, that often it's a good way to sell your hours for dollars. We're not doing that because that would require us to do sort of maybe property coaching or financial advice, and we're not qualified as financial advisors. So we just don't feel comfortable going into that space where I think people really need to get the right financial advice from people who have the right qualifications. And so that's not something that we are exploring at the moment. Who knows, maybe one day down the track that might be something that we explore. But if we do, we'd have to obviously train up and get the appropriate qualifications. So what we're sharing is kind of what we're learning for inspirational and educational purposes, but we don't want it to be taken as financial advice. You need to talk to a financial advisor who actually has the right qualifications to coach you through making financial decisions. So yeah, just noting that as well. We'll be sharing it on here on YouTube, sharing it on the blog page, financialfreedomby40.com. Contemplating a name change there. Now that we've both hit 40, we might need to tweak that, but for now it's financialfreedomby40.com. And each Monday, there'll be a blog post about how this blog monetization is going. And where appropriate, I'll also record a video like this for those who want to watch via video. So I will also put up eventually on the website when I get that done, I will put a link up for a newsletter to make sure that you can get all of this sent out to you once a week with the link for the YouTube, a link for the blog post, a link to anything else that's relevant. So once I get that out, make sure that you subscribe to the newsletter so that you get it all straight to your inbox, and it's really easy then for you to follow along the journey. Plus also, if you want to help us with growing our YouTube, it'd be really great if you can hit the subscribe button. That'll help us get a little bit more following, and hopefully maybe build that YouTube and get some more learnings from that we can share as well with the sort of vlog situation. So thank you for listening in on my sort of video diary for this week, and I will see you back again next Monday for more information on blog monetization. Bye for now.